A Penn State fraternity is under investigation today in connection with another dangerous underage drinking incident.
The horror that played out inside a frat house at Penn State University.
More than a dozen Penn State fraternity members charged in connection with a pledge's death.
The mysterious death of a high school senior during a visit to an off-campus house at Penn State where it's believed members of a fraternity lived.
State College police are investigating a reported sexual assault at a Penn State fraternity.
Really sad story coming to us out of Penn State, and the prosecutor in this case has filed 850 charges in the death of
Tim Piazza, the student who died after an alleged hazing ritual at a
Penn State frat party before a pledge died. Timothy Piazza died in February after a hazing ritual at the Beta Theta Pi house.
If you go on YouTube and search Penn State fraternity, almost every video you see are like these. News stories covering negative events that have occurred on our campus. Like this story here by Vice News. This story was released in 2018, a year after Tim Piazza tragically died during an event at the Beta Theta Pi house. But hold on a second, run that back. That's my house. So how does my fraternity, where I've had nothing but great experiences, becoming a leader within my chapter and making memories with my brothers, get put in a video talking about the dark side of Greek life here at Penn State? Steve Veldkamp, the director of the Piazza Center for Fraternity and Sorority Research, discusses how Greek life at Penn State came to have such a negative stigma.
Yeah, there's this incident that happened with Beta Theta Pi, but there was a lot of other incidents happening with a lot of other organizations, and they weren't just one-off incidents. There was a lot of pattern to those incidents, right? So again, I'm coming from a research perspective, and you look at it as a like almost the pattern of behavior that was happening here, and here across a lot of other organizations. And so the community, I would say, just didn't hold itself, again, these words, accountable. But I think moreover, it just one-upped each other. It's like, no, I'm going to have a longer day long than you did. I'm going to have forced alcohol consumption, and I'm going to make sure we're doing it more than they are, right? And it just ratcheted up. And so 2017, 2018, 2019 was a recalibration of to say, no, we can't, we need to go back over here, which that's what everyone's kind of reacting to still. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, we got to make this much change happen in this short amount of time. The community didn't get that bad overnight.
It's no secret that the Greek community at Penn State has its fair share of problems. Even so, more students than ever are looking to join these organizations. Last spring, 867 students registered for IFC recruitment, and 1,400 students registered for Panhellenic recruitment, both record-breaking numbers. Former Vice President of Chi Phi fraternity, Max Kugler, explains how his dad's experiences inspired him to go Greek.
My whole life I was growing up with this fraternity, right? And we would always go to Christmas dinner with one of his roommates from his fraternity, and they would, that was the relationship I saw, right? So that was what I grew up with. And so, coming to Penn State is where I applied, the only place I applied, and I was, I want to see what it has to offer me.
What exactly does Greek life have to offer its members? Well, for one, a study performed by Gallup in cooperation with the National Interfraternity Council found that 31% of Greek-affiliated alumni reported that they were thriving in all 5 areas of well-being, compared to just 8% of their non-affiliated counterparts. Another study performed by the Center for the Study of the College Fraternity found that over 85% of campus leaders are members of a Greek organization. Megan Pepper, the interim director for the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life here at Penn State, shares what she believes are some of the biggest positives of the Greek community.
My view on it is that I do think that we have so many positives, otherwise we wouldn't have this many students want to get involved, right? You hear so many really great success stories about leadership development opportunities, connections that folks have gotten in a career later on in life, all of the work that our groups do for Thon, right? The money that they raise, the service hours that they put in, all of those types of things. So I think there's a ton of positives about our community, and even just the friendships and connections that folks create and that sense of belonging on campus. I know what these experiences can do for students, and it's what we as a staff commit ourselves doing for all of our students that we have in our community every day.